Okay.
Yeah? Why is it taking so long to prescribe this organisation as a terrorist group?
We didn't say we were going to. So
during his leadership campaign.
Well, the government, he wasn't a member of the government. The government has not made the government has,
Oh, James, oh, dearie me. But that was the Foreign Affairs Committee meeting on the 7th of June of this year, where SNP MP Drew Hendry asked our Foreign Secretary, James Cleverly, quite a very simple question. And then James Cleverly just proceeded to tie himself in all sorts of knots to try not to answer it.
Thank you. Foreign Secretary, can you tell us what the Wagner Group is?
the Wagner Group is it's defined itself as a private military company. I think most commonly regarded as a mercenary group.
And it's over a month since it was reported that the proscription of the Wagner Group as a terrorist organisation was imminent. Can you tell us why there's such a delay in acting? Is it because it's a Home Office?
Sorry, that wasn't. Sorry, when you say reporting, I think there was speculation in the media, but there wasn't a
okay.
government statement.
Can you tell us the question's still valid?
Well, no, it's not valid because we didn't say we were going to, so
no,
there was no delay.
A fact. Foreign Secretary,
you can't delay something you didn't say you were going to do.
No, I didn't say that you'd said it. I said it was reported, which is a fact, that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Over a month ago, it was reported that this was going to be imminent. So let me just now ask the question of you: why is it taking so long to prescribe this organisation? Foreign Secretary, I'll ask the question, then you can answer if that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah? Why is it taking so long to prescribe this organisation as a terrorist group?
We didn't say we were going to. So
during his leadership campaign.
Well, the government. He wasn't a member of the government. The government has not made the government has not made a commitment to do so. We do not speculate on future designations. You know that I've had this conversation with the committee and at the dispatch box before. The government has not committed to do that, but we always keep prescriptions of this organisation, any other organisation, under review. But your question is based on reporting or speculation as to what we might do, rather than any commitment from the government.
Let me ask you then, because you've heard, are you disassociating yourself from the Prime Minister's promise?
No, what I'm saying is the government's position...
Well, you are, yes.
No, the government's position has remained unchanged. If the government's position were to change, I would inform the committee, but the government's position
Who's the head of the government?
The Prime Minister is the head of the government.
So the Prime Minister said this would happen.
The Prime Minister didn't say this would happen. When he said that, he was a backbencher. The point is, there has not been a commitment from the government to do. You're asking me why we're delaying something that the government has not committed to do. So this is why I was putting up on the question. The question was self-contradictory.
Let me get you out of that and change tack a wee bit. Is it your view that prescription would be a useful thing to do in terms of the operations of the Wagner Group, given their admitted responsibility for atrocities?
When you say my group, you mean as a government minister?
What's your view, yeah?
Well, as a government
minister, yeah.
The government minister is the government's position is unchanged on this, and if it changes, we'll let you know.
What does Wagner Group have to do to be prescribed?
Well, as I say, we don't speculate on the future nature of prescriptions. The point being is that no country has prescribed the Wagner Group. We will always keep prescriptions as an option, but as I say, we don't routinely speculate on which organisations might be prescribed.
Let me come back and
I'm not going to start doing so now.
Let me come back and try and get an answer to the question I actually asked you.
I answered the question you asked.
No, you didn't. I said, do you think it's a useful tool in terms of dealing with organisations like the Wagner Group?
Prescription can be a useful tool, but I comment on the fact that no country has done so, and the UK's current position is that we have not prescribed, but as I say, we don't speculate on future prescription designations.
What level of atrocities would have to be carried out before you did see it as a useful method?
Well, look, as I say, we don't speculate on future prescriptions. You're inviting me to speculate. I've just said we don't.
Well, there was a reason why I uploaded this video, is because I just thought it was quite an appropriate one for the time being, since the death of the leader of the Wagner Group. Also, when Drew Hendry asked our Foreign Secretary why was it taking so long to prescribe the Wagner Group as a terrorist organisation, And when he said, well, we weren't going to, and when Alicia Cairns, the chair of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee, corrected him on that, he just doubled down, didn't he? He just think, what are you doing? It was just completely weird. And the thing when Drew Hendry asked him about what was his view on how useful these prescriptions were, he answered it in a very strange way, didn't he? He said, do you mean as a government minister? I just thought, are you trying to say, James Cleverly, that your views are totally different to what the Foreign Secretary's are? Now, is James Cleverly trying to say that his opinions are sensible, compassionate and empathetic for his fellow man, but while the Foreign Secretary's is totally different because, in his view, there's far too much walkie-talkie going on in the world, and let's be honest, the government, all they have left now for the next election is culture wars. Now, I found the whole committee meeting incredibly fascinating for a couple of reasons. A, because basically I just thought his whole performance was quite poor. It was quite poor beer. And secondly, on a number of occasions when he was put on the spot and was looking incredibly stupid, his immature side seemed to come out, with, especially with Chris Bryant. And if you want to watch the whole meeting, I've uploaded it, and I've even put chapters in it for you as well, so you're not going to be able to watch the whole 2.5 hours, so get to one MP, ask his questions when it comes to another one. Each chaptered there for you. But anyway, if you enjoyed Drew Hendry's great questioning, give it a like, because I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Well, I know I will. And also, if you're new to my channel and you quite enjoy this certain stuff in the select committee meetings, well, this is all I do. So subscribe. And I shall leave the video here, and until the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care, my friends.